Hi everybody, it's Gilda. We're going to be doing, and oh my god, I did one because I wanted to make sure my colors were going to work right, but I'll show you how to do two others. They go that quickly that I can do two in one video. So these are the little candle drippers from Clay Magic. I love the way this one came out. I'm having so much fun with these things. So we're going to get at it. I've got the small grumpy one. And then this is a set of two. The glitter is still a little wet on here. This is a set of two, one smiley and one grumpy one. So we've got those three pieces. So we're going to work on both of these at one time. I thinned down $4.89 and did a color wash. And those of you that have been watching me understand what I'm saying. You take I use $4.95, which is called chocolate, in Dunkin's, and I put them in a little cup. You could put them in a Dixie cup, but you know, anything you can throw out later. And then you add a little bit of color and a lot of water. Let me get this one open and I can show you what it looks like. So a little bit of color and a ton of water. Okay, you see how thin this is? And the only reason I don't do it, you see, it's very, 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 very watery. The only reason I don't do it when you're watching is because you got to let it dry for about 20 minutes. And so it's one coat all over. It doesn't matter whether it's even or not. You know, see some spots are lighter, some spots are darker. It's all right. The only thing that you want to make sure is that you get the entire piece covered and you have no white spots showing. I don't wipe it back. I don't do anything but put it on and let it dry for about 20 minutes. So the color combinations that I'm using today are all Dunkin' brand. And this is, we're using 439 Hot Orange. That's going to be our first color. 484 Persimmon and 438 Orange Peel. And then for the little bit of yellow that's going to go on here, we're going to use 436 dark yellow. So I'm going to do both of these at the same time. I mean, it goes that quickly. So we're going to use a number 8 brush and go into the dark orange, or the, what's this one called? Hot orange. And we're dipping in, working it down. Same thing we always do. And I first went around all the drips, but after I put on that Halloween-y looking glitter, you can go right over everything. Right over the eyes, right over everything. We're going to go back and put the eyes in so it doesn't matter. So top to bottom or bottom to top, however you want to do it, we're going to give this a couple coats of the hot orange. So we're just going to dry brush this on. Yeah, these are so much fun. I'm not cutting holes in them because I think the wiring is kind of cumbersome. And when I poured them, I actually flattened out the tops a little more. So they will hold a little battery-operated tea light candle. And you can get them with the flickering bulbs. And I think that's going to look just as cute as if we wired it. So we're going to brush this orange on, and like I said, we're going to put it all over the entire piece. So we're going to give this a couple coats. I'll give it one, I'll go over and do the other one and give that one, and then I'll go back and probably do a second on this. So I started with these 3, and I think there's another large one and another medium-sized one, a little bit taller than this one, that has a smiley face on. I did not get those 2 yet. I thought I'd try these 3, but now that I have them, I love them, so I may go ahead and just order those other 2. So we'll get a couple lessons here. We're going to get a dry brush lesson. We're going to get a lesson on how to apply the glitter. And you'll get a little lesson on eyes, on how to apply eyes. Because there's a couple of them that have a decent sized eye that, you know, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. These are like little squinty eyes, but they'll work. So this is 439 Hot Orange by Duncan. Okay, so that's 1 coat on this one, 1 coat on the other. I'm going to go back and just add a little bit more to this one. And don't really worry about the drips because they're going to be covered in glitter. I mean, so they don't have to be as dark as the rest of it. But like I said, when I did the first one, I worked around it, and it's like, now we can just go ahead and just cover this up. It makes life so much easier. And we're going to leave a little bit of that brown, like I always do, in cracks and crevices. I had somebody ask me the other day when I posted some of my pictures whether I antiqued them. I said, nope, it's just dry brushing. And you get that look because we leave some of that brown coming through. So that's what gives it your highlights. A little bit of depth, more than highlights, I think. Okay, a little bit more. And we'll go one more time on the other one. And one more coat on this one. Okay, so that's good for the first coats. Remember, like I said, your first coat is your most important because that's where everything gets put on top of. Okay, now we're going to go to 484 Persimmon. Dip in, work it down, and dry brush on top. And you'll see it. There's not a whole lot of difference, but there definitely is some. And every coat makes a difference. See how we're picking up a little bit different color on the higher areas? That's what we want. These are fun. They made them they were supposed to look like candy corns because of the orange, and then they got the yellow on the bottoms and up around the eye area. Okay, I think that's good for that coat. We'll put a little bit up on top here. And like I said, most of the tops and the drip marks are going to be covered by glitter anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, now we'll go back to the other one. We'll give this another coat. There we go. And you can see it right away. Right away it picks up that you can see it. And then the last color that we're going to use is the 438. Keep your brush running up and down with these. Absolutely. I wouldn't cross hatch. I wouldn't go this way and this way. Keep it working in the same motion. Okay, a little bit on this top, and then we can go to the last orange. Okay, good. And now we're going to go to 438, and I think, okay, 438, same deal. dip in, take it down. You notice I did not wash my brushes out in between. We're working in all the same colors, so we are fine. And you see how quickly that picks up? And we're not looking to cover what's underneath. We're only looking to add dimension. Okay, and this one I think is good with the oranges. You see how quickly, and you see how you can really see all of those colors, everything, from the very beginning to the end. Okay, now we're gonna use the same thing on the big guy. I don't think I did the second color on him yet, so I didn't. So into the, what's this one called? Persimmon, and dry brush this on him. I already got a little bit of that other on my brush, so we're going to kind of get a combo here. But that's okay. Okay, that's good for that. Now we're going to go with a little bit of 438 on this one. And then the yellow we're going to be using is 436 dark yellow. And that's just going to go towards the bottom and around the eyes. Okay, now we're going to dry brush the lighter and see how quick. Just quick. I use Mod Podge to apply my glitter, and if you order a kit, I will send you some Mod Podge and the glitter to go with it. You can use brush on sealer, works just fine. You could use Elmer's glue or tacky glue. You just need to thin it down a little bit before you apply it. Don't use a real good brush to put it on with, because no matter how hard you try, it's going to get stuck up in the ferrule of the brush and you won't be able to get it out. So just use a cheap synthetic brush to apply the Mod Podge or sealer, whatever you're using for your adhesive for the glitter. And like I said, I'm not real concerned about these tops or the drips because they're getting glittered. They're going to be glittered. Okay, so I think we are pretty well set with all of the oranges. Yep. Pretty happy with the way everything is. So now we're going to go with 436, which is the dark yellow. We're going to dip. I didn't clean out my brush again because the oranges and yellows are going to kind of mix, and that's okay. So we're going to dip in the yellow, work it down. And this time I want you to work from the bottom up, as we want this to look, and we want to blend this. And by doing it this way, we definitely will blend it. Pulling it from the bottom up to get that yellow in towards the bottom. We're going to give it a couple coats. See how that just kind of blends in there then with the orange? And it's not even. I don't want it even. I want it to be blended all the way around. Okay, now on the eye area here, we're going to do some yellow right in through here. So this time we're going to take it outwards, there and here, and then a little bit, I think we may be good. I'm going to get a little more down around there. Let me turn around and look at it. I'm going to take a little bit more in through here. Yep, and I think we're pretty good. We can go a little bit up here. And again, we're pulling up into the area that we want to blend into. And I think that's pretty good. I think we're good there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to pull up a little way all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to do up around the frown, and I think we're going to get just a smidgen in here. Okay, and then up around this frown on his eyebrow. And again, I'm working from the eyeball up. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay. And maybe a little bit up right here on these. Looks like almost like a mustache. Like a handlebar mustache. Okay, let me look at it. I think we are good, guys. And you see how quickly these worked up. Okay, so now I'm going to take a 5/0 liner. And 5/0 just means 5, it's 5/0. But you see how thin that liner is? This is a great little liner. I love this one. And we're going to do white in the eyeballs first. So we're going to go ahead and put this bottom row here, fill in this eye with white. We don't have to do, this one is pretty well separated. So I'm not going to go all the way up to the upper lid. I'm just going to do that part that actually is in there. Yep, and I got a little bit where I don't want it. So I'm going to take a little brush and get it off. Okay, so a little bit of white in there. On that bottom, there's like there's almost like 3 sections to this eye. A very bottom, and then up one, which is going to be the color. And I think I covered it on this one, but we can go back and put it in the color. And then the black on the very top. So we'll let that dry a little. We're going to go on this one. It's going to be the same thing. See all those sections? So this part, this will be the black, this will be the blue, so this one will be the white. And this one, I guess, is just a wrinkle around his eye. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the white, and that'll entail this little piece right there. Okay, and then 1, 2, so it'll be this little piece here, but the other ones are covered underneath by the drips, so we don't have to worry about that. Then I'm taking, it's bright blue, 459. Yep, bright blue. And I'm going to use that for that next section in the eye. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. Make sure you fill in all the spots there. I'm going to turn it towards me a little bit so I can see. Okay, one there, one here. And when you're working with liners, this one that I'm doing, I'm flattening the brush out because I want it fatter. If you stay right up on point, hold this brush as straight up and down as you possibly can, you're going to get the finest, nicest line you can imagine. And you when you're working to get a really thin, nice thin line, you need to thin out your color and let it flow off of that brush. And that's the purpose of the liner. Don't tip just the tip of the brush into color. You want to load it all the way to the metal with the color. And then the paint will flow off, no matter what paint you're using, whether you're using Easy Strokes, Stroke and Coats, Right now with the stains, the same thing. I got a little spot of white I got to touch up in there. You want to thin it, always thin it to get a fine, fine line. All right, let's get the blue in the other one. This one's the one that I covered up part of it, so I got to kind of turn it towards me so I can see. Okay, got a little too much water in there, so we're running a little bit. I'm going to let it dry and then just go back and put the white in there. Okay, let me get this off. Perfect. And then the black is going to go in what would be the pupil. And I'm going to have to let this one dry. I'll go to the other one and finish that up. I got to turn it so I can see what I'm doing. Ooh, he's got a mean, mean look. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go back to this one, do the black and the pupil. And I'm sorry guys if you're having a hard time seeing, but I can't do it if I can't see it. So black there, black here. And I gotta get a little more blue in there. Okay, and now we want to line that area. So I'm gonna take a little bit, I kept water in my brush. I'm gonna thin down by pulling color out of the main pile. You don't wanna thin out the entire pile. There's no reason to. Pull it out. Add a little bit of water, pull it out. And then I always take a stroke off, make sure I don't have too much water or whatever in there. And then work with that brush as straight up and down. You see how I use my baby finger as balance? That's really important, unless you have really good steady hands. And the older I get, the less steady I get. Okay, so we're gonna come here. This I think is supposed to be his eyelid. So we're coming up and round and then across the top here. But you see how nice and fine that line is? Oh my God, it's so nice. Okay, so we're gonna come down here. We're gonna come around, I gotta turn it so I can see it. Around here and right down by this drip. There's a drip there. All right, I gotta get a little more white in this corner. Okay, and then the highlight, I see I need to get a little more black before I get the highlights in there. The highlight is gonna go in the pupil. Okay, and it's just gonna be a white dot. Don't want to do them dead center. Never dead center. Makes them look like they got cataracts. Okay, so we got those eyes in. We're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to give them a white highlight in the eye. And we're going to line the bottom. So we're going to come down and around. Sorry, I got to hold it up a little bit more for me to see. I'm going to thin it a little bit more. If it's not flowing off your brush, it is not thinned enough. And across the top. Now, you can or cannot give them eyelashes. I did eyelashes on this little one because of the shape of his eye. See, this one I did eyelashes on. You could on here. I don't know that I want to, but that's strictly up to you. Yeah, I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to leave. I got this a little bit further out than I wanted because I was holding it at a crazy angle. So I'm going to pull a little bit of that black off. And as long as you get color when it's wet, it'll come up. Now I got a little piece there I need to fill in. And I think we'll be good. Okay. Perfect. Alrighty, so now we're gonna glitter. And I've already got some Mod Podge, where is it? Here it is, in a little cup from when I did the other one earlier. And like I said, I'm only going to use a cheap synthetic brush. These are the brushes that I use for the kids' kits. They're just a cheap synthetic. It holds its shape pretty well considering the type of brush it is. So that I was surprised on, but yeah, we don't want to use good brushes for the Mod Podge. Then you want a clean piece of paper. I'm going to do one at a time. You've got a little bit of drying time with the Mod Podge. Not a lot, but you do have a little. Like I'll probably be able to do all these pieces right here. So you're just going to dip in and you're going to put it on. And we're only doing it on the drips. Now you could just do it on the surface of the drip or you can come down on the sides. That's strictly going to be up to you. And I think I'm going to come down on the sides a little bit. Okay, so I got all these front ones pretty much on. And now I think it's going to be time for us to apply. So we're going to take it. And I just sprinkle it on over the paper. And the reason, and use a flat, don't use a paper towel because it'll get stuck in the little grooves in the paper towel. You want to use something flat so we can gather it back up again. And I don't know, glitter kind of grows. You take half the bottle out, you put it back in and it all won't fit. Now, wherever you didn't get the Mod Podge, it's not going to stick. So I'm going to go back in here and do this. And in through here, and here, the side up here, a little bit there. And then the other thing you can do is when it is dry, you can go back over and put a coat of Mod Podge on top. You can do Mod Podge, you can do clear nail polish, and we've used the clear nail polish, and put one coat on. And it makes the glitter hard, so it doesn't get all over the place. Okay, so we're going to get a little more there. We're going to do it here. And I'm not going to do the bottom one until I get the top one done. Learn from last time. Put my hands in it about 90 times. Okay, good, good. Isn't that a pretty color though? Oh my God, I love this color. It's kind of got oranges and rust and greens and yeah, it's just a really cool color glitter. Very Halloween-y looking. Okay, here I missed this side. And once you shake it off, you'll see exactly where you need to reapply. So all is good. I'm not going to paint the little plastic lights filming. So, but I will paint them and I will show them to you when we're all done. Pretty. All right, we still got to do here, here. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the top before I finish this. Because like I said, it's low to the bottom and I know I'll get my hand in it. Okay, now we're going to do the top. Okay, and now we're going to get this one long one back here that I didn't want to get my hands into. And get it on here. And then I think I'll gather up this glitter before I do the other one. Look at how cute that looks. Oh my God. Let me get it so you guys can actually see it. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh, so cute. Okay, so that's one of them. And now let's gather this up. So we just fold the paper up, and this is why I said just to use a plain flat piece of paper. And look, it's almost a full jar again. So this way there's not a lot of waste. Okay, now we're going to do this one. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add the glitter along the drips. Yeah, you can't wait too long with this before you have to start adding your glitter. Okay, let me sprinkle. And make sure your eyes are dry, otherwise you're gonna have glitter stuck in the eyes. Cute! Oh my God, I love this. I'm going to use the stiff bristled stain brush that I use for adding my color wash. It's a yucky brush. It's not a really good one to do this top, only because it's so big and that other brush is so little. So I'm just going to glob on one nice coat here. And then get it right in water so it doesn't dry up in there. Look at how cute he looks. All right, I think he's done. I'll get the little lights on him. Look at how cute he is. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know. Thank you.